This week I challenged myself and I went to the thrift store and I wanted to find the ugliest and oldest and most broken piece of furniture and take it home and give it a new life. I came across this antique piece for $14.95 and I knew that this was the one. Just look at it. I mean, the top was broken, the sides were broken. It was so old and chipped. I knew I could give this one more run at life. So I brought it home and I got straight to work, folks. Here it is in all its glory. Let's call him the underdog. So it had a broken top, which was no good. I mean, all the veneer was literally falling off of it. This thing must be over 100 years old. The side of it was broken and cracked, and it was so dirty, and it had, I think, spider webs and spider, like, baby mothballs underneath it. Oh, it was so gross. So first thing, I used some Titebond wood glue to glue into the little riveted areas and push that top back into place and clamped it down. I used a Q-tip to attach all the little pieces of veneer that were falling off, and I clamped those into place as well, and the top of it when the veneer was cracking off too. Next, I just removed the old pieces of veneer that literally had no purpose anymore because they were so far gone, such as the bottom piece and this top piece right here. For the side area here, I used some wood glue and I clamped it into place, and I thought that would do the trick perfectly. This front area looked like it was chewed by an animal, so I hand sanded it down. And when I got it nice and smooth, I got up my Dremel, and this is the cordless Dremel. It's 8240, and I love this. I mean, I use this to sand down the whole piece to get rid of all that chipping stain, because you know, if you're putting paint or primer over chipping stain, it's still gonna chip off. I spent about a half hour removing all the chipping stain, and once I felt like I had a good grasp on it, I just did some more beveled areas and made sure I got the whole thing nice and smooth. It had a wonky leg, so I used some wood glue and I tightened it and screwed it back into place. For the final sanding part, I took a 220 grit and I went over the whole piece so it was nice and smooth like this. Now on to the priming. I'm using Dixiebelle Boss in the color Clear. This way, this will block in any bleed throughs and tannins because this is such an old piece of furniture and it's sure to have some. The shape of this piece really gave me some Gothic era vibe, so I thought a beautiful soft black would be the perfect color for this statement piece right here. It brings out the sides, which almost look like cobwebs, and the feet, and oh, I just love this color. This color is Anchor by Dixiebelle. I did 2 coats and let it dry and moved on to the ceiling. Now my trick for a top coat is to use the top coat. I'm using Dixiebelle Flat, and I mixed in about a tablespoon of the paint. Now this is gonna allow the top coat to dry more like a paint, and it will leave you streak free, and it's the best tip ever. All right, and here's the before, and here is the after. I mean, I cannot believe how beautiful this piece was. I saw the beauty in it underneath its ugly outer shell at the charity store. I hope this goes to show that you can still save something and give it a new life. What do y'all think about this flip?